Olá, boa noite. O Biribó, hoje com o vídeo 6 de Gabriel Knight 2, a Fera Interior. Ontem, Gabriel trocou informações sobre o caso com o comissário Lieber. Para manter a Grace longe de Monique e do perigo, Gabriel escreveu encomendando pesquisas sobre os palácios do rei Ludwig II. No clube, Gabriel teve informações sobre os sócios, Von Einer, dono de açougues e fábrica de cerveja, Price, advogado consagrado, Hahnemann, político importante, pretendente a um cargo grande no governo, Klingman, que ele já conhecia, que é o diretor do zoológico e sócio recente, por coincidência, próximo da época que os lobos fugiram do zoológico e que começaram os assassinatos, Von Zell, que é banqueiro. Todos evoluíram notavelmente após entrar no clube e utilizar a filosofia do clube que o Von Glover explicou para o Gabriel, que é utilizar os poderes e qualidades da vida original, a vida selvagem, os instintos, desenvolver os sentidos e lutar pela sobrevivência. Von Zell, que é banqueiro e que nessa condição ajudou todos os membros do clube, Von Zell era o favorito de Van Glover até bem recentemente. Mas de uns tempos para cá, um ano ou mais, um pouco mais, Von Zell acha que superou o Von Glover nos atributos necessários do caçador e desse ideal de filosofia da vida selvagem. Numa discussão, inclusive, 2 semanas atrás, parece, e que foi ouvida pelos outros, ele teria dito que Von Glover é muito mole, muito frouxo. E daí Von Glover ficou bravo de verdade e é nesse karma que eles estão atualmente. A última vítima dos lobos, ou do lobo, é um peleteiro, que trabalha com peles de animais. E esse peleteiro foi morto perto do clube e no centro da cidade, o que é um modo totalmente discrepante dos outros assassinatos que foram mais distantes na área rural ou nos subúrbios, né, de Monique. O Gabriel, em contato com o escritório da vítima, telefonando, acaba descobrindo que a vítima tinha negócios com Von Einer, que é o dos açougues ali. Foi daí conversando com as pessoas do clube, lá no clube, que ontem encerramos a live, ainda no dia 3, com 246 pontos dos 679 possíveis. Então, daí é que agora prosseguimos a nossa aventura. (246 pontos carregando). Vamos falar com algum deles. Esses dois ali estão conversando. Acho que você não vai poder interromper.
Yes, Herr Knight?
Já que vocês não querem conversar comigo, só queria pegar uma revista.
Just wanted to grab a magazine.
Then grab one.
Então pegue. Acho que é aí então agora.
Thanks.
Ich bin sicher, es ist kein Reiter.
Eu também acho que o Gabriel é tudo isso aí que o senhor falou. Vamos ver que revista ele pegou. Onde sai the National Tower?
I can't read it, it's in German.
Não entendo nada em alemão. E agora, como é que ele vai juntar isso com o gravador?
That's a thought.
Ah, ele fez, juntou aqui então.
Just wanted to put this magazine back. It wasn't very good. I wouldn't recommend it.
Não é muito boa, eu não recomendo. Tá tudo em alemão, a gente não entende nada. Ema, cada um com seus problemas. É isso que o Von Zell disse pro Herr Dr. Klingman. Vamos conversar aqui, estão o político e o dos açougues.
Ich habe meinen Nachmittagstermin abgesagt.
Wir treffen uns hier um 4 Uhr?
Ja, soviel ich weiß. Ja, so, good evening, Herr Knight.
Henneman, Von Agner?
You care to join us?
Sure. Thanks.
Então eu vou começar a perguntar aqui para já estragar a noite. Ainda não tive a oportunidade de falar com você, Von Agner. Ainda não tive a oportunidade de falar com você, Herr Henneman. Ouviram falar desse assassinato do lobo na noite anterior? Do que vocês estão falando no momento? Acho que vamos começar pelo assassinato, se é que já não vai terminar por aqui mesmo.
Have you guys heard about the mutilation killing last night? Happened right around the corner.
Awful, simply awful.
I had meant to get a newspaper, but the time got away from me. Do you have any details?
A few. The victim was a man named Grossberg. He ran a furrier business in town.
Horrible. You know, this zoo wolf business is inexcusable. The mayor has been spoken to, and quite seriously. Even the prime minister is concerned.
Did you know Grossberg, Herr Von Eck?
Me? Grossberg? Why, no. Why do you ask?
I just thought you're both in the animal processing business.
Munich is a big city, Herr Knight.
So it is. Well, I was just curious.
Como é que fala mentiroso em alemão lá para eu dizer para ele? Ainda não tivemos chance de falar, Herr Eigner.
I've spoken to several of the club members today, but I haven't had a chance to speak with you yet, Herr Von Agner.
How tragic. No one in this club talks better than I do.
Oh, true, very true.
Perhaps tomorrow?
I'd be delighted.
Era só para marcar, para conversar, pensei que eles iam para um canto. E com você também não falei, Herr Hanneman.
I haven't had a chance to get to know you yet, Herr Hanneman.
Well, I'm already beyond serious conversation tonight, I'm afraid.
Tomorrow's fine.
Poxa, amanhã o dia vai ser curto para falar com toda a gente. Do que vocês estavam falando agora?
So, what were you all talking about when I came up?
Tomorrow's little excursion. Will you be joining us?
Our monthly hunting trip.
A hunt trip? Really? Where?
Our lodge is at Eppenberg. It's in the Bavarian National Forest. We leave tomorrow afternoon.
Well, gosh, you know, that sounds great, but I need to have my gun cleaned and...
Oh, there are plenty of guns at the lodge.
Dear Von Eigner, perhaps the Baron did not mean for Herr Knight to join us quite so soon.
Oh, hell, why not? Baron,
Von Eigner?
our hunting trip tomorrow. Will our new American friend be going with us?
Tonight? Well, I don't see why he
Of
could...
course not. He's not a club member. He's probably not even registered with the license office.
Nonsense, Gar. The sooner we get to see his technique, the better. We'll just slip him in, and he can register properly when we get back.
But that's not legal.
Since when do you care about legalities? It's only a hunting license?
I agree. I would enjoy Gabriel's presence very much.
Well, enough said. The Baron should certainly get whatever he wants, shouldn't he? Perhaps it will be an interesting exercise at that.
Já teve cena de ciúme aí. Do Barão Von Glover aceitar o Gabriel na caçada amanhã de tarde. Von Zell já ficou bravinho.
Gentlemen, you excuse me, please.
I apologize for not getting to you sooner. Have you been enjoying yourself?
Oh, it's been loads of fun.
Good. I'm glad you're going with us tomorrow. We don't get started until the afternoon, so won't have to worry about staying up late tonight.
I have to warn you, my hunting's kind of rusty.
I'm sure you'll do just fine.
Was? I demand to know what you're doing at this club.
Me?
Baron von Zell.
Really?
Are you aware that this guest of yours has been asking intimate questions? Poking around in our personal affairs? He must be a reporter. Or the police.
What do we have to fear from a reporter or the police? Although I can promise you, her knight is neither.
You don't care that he's prying into our private business? What possible motive could he have?
Gar! Please. He's my guest. You're the one who's turning that into an inquisition.
Then it is on your head.
I apologize for that.
You keep defending me. I'm not exactly helping the harmony around here.
Believe me, the harmony was shattered a long time before you came. Von Zell gets territorial. I'm tired of it, frankly.
Well, I should go anyway. I wanted to clean up before tonight.
All right.
Good night, everyone.
Oh,
Good enough
night,
tonight.
night.
I should be home soon. See you then.
Estarei em casa daqui a pouco, até logo. Vocês já estavam de combinação. Tem um bicho morto aí que eu não identifiquei o que é. Agora sim que a Bá não dorme. Capítulo 4. O bicho que olha e vê tudo assim colorido conforme a a onda de calor. O lobo é um deles e os olhos pareciam de lobo mesmo. A Grace vai continuar tendo os sonhos doidos dela? Ela é vidente também, pelo jeito. Fujitsu, fugindo dos lobos, foi salva pelo Barão Halik, o lobo negro dos Manos del Sol. E agora, o que ela tinha para fazer mesmo? Ah, visitar aquele casal doido que chegou na vila. E que a mulher tem visões. A Gerd não tá aqui.
I wonder what Gerd is up to.
E dá para mexer nas coisas dela? Não, só queria saber o que a Gerd está fazendo. No Jardim das Rosas, eu pensei que ela ia estar aqui no túmulo dos chatões negros. Vou aproveitar que ela está aqui e falar com o casal engraçado. Quer dizer, ou vamos ver se tem correspondência para ela. Tem que perguntar se o Gabriel mandou alguma coisa. Que eles não entregam correspondência. Tem que pegar na agência postal.
Guten Tag. Grüß Gott, Frau Nakamura. Ich habe etwas für Sie.
Tem alguma coisa para a senhora, Miss Nakamura.
Oh, it's from Gabriel. Ja, das ist vom Schattenjäger. Ja.
No, I think you... Gabriel is a working partner and... Never mind.
Sei.
Danke.
Bitte.
Bitte.
Brauchen Sie noch etwas?
Mais alguma coisa? Não, né? Ainda não tenho nada para...
Danke.
Bitte.
Ou teria mais alguma coisa e eu fui burro e deixei de perguntar?
There's no one there.
Não há ninguém. Será que eu tinha que clicar nela para ver se fazia alguma pergunta?
Grüß Gott. Haben Sie etwas für mich?
Nein, leider nicht. Brauchen Sie noch etwas?
Mais alguma coisa?
My German isn't good enough for chit-chat.
É, não pode ficar de bate-papo.
Danke.
Bitte. É, então não era para ela conversar mais nada mesmo. Aquela hora. Ter alguma coisa para perguntar? Huber, Herr Huber. Yes.
Herr Huber?
Yes.
O caso de Gabriel.
I was wondering if you've changed your mind about telling me where Gabriel is. It's really important.
No. Sorry.
Ainda não decidi fazer isso, desculpe.
Thanks.
Bitte.
Bitte. Vamos ver a carta do Gabriel, então. Grace, então você decidiu viajar até aqui. Legal. Guten Tag e tudo mais. Seguro que Gerd e vocês vão se dar bem. Obrigado por encontrar o livro sobre licantropia. Não sei muito bem qual pode ser o seu significado, mas pode resultar-me útil. Sobre Ludwig II, creio que haverá algo importante na biblioteca por aí. Huber Grau disse que há 2 lugares que deveria investigar. Ludwig tinha um castelo chamado Niauschwan não sei o que, e logo há um museu dedicado a ele em Ierich, algo assim. Creio que deverias dar um vistaço por ali, dar uma olhada por ali. Não te preocupe, esta vez está tudo muito mais tranquilo. Já localizei vários suspeitos em um clube de caça dirigido por um tipo chamado Van Glover. Ele, em concreto, parece um bom homem, mas creio que algum dos membros está ocultando algo. Mas não te preocupe. Conheci um policial chamado Lieber, assim estou protegido. Logo, haverei terminado com o caso. Relaxe e desfrute a tua estada até que volte. Gabriel.
Gracie, you decided to come over. That's great. Guten Tag and all that. I'm sure you and Gertie are hitting it off. Thanks for finding the werewolf book. I'm not sure what it all means, but it might be useful. About Ludwig II, you know, I think you might have something there. Ubergrau says there are 2 places you should check out. Ludwig had a castle called New Swan something, and there's a museum about him here in chemistry. Something like that. I really think you should spend some time looking into it.
New Swan é alguma coisa, Neuschwanstein. O castelo do conto de fadas da Bela Adormecida.
Don't worry. Things are going very smoothly this time around. I've tracked a suspect to a hunt club run by a man named Von Glauer. He seems okay, but I'm sure there's something going on with at least one of the others. Don't worry, though. I met a police detective named Lieber, so I have backup. I'll be finished soon. Sit tight and enjoy your visit till I get there. Gabriel.
What does he think? I'm on vacation here? And no address. Thank you very much, Mr. Knight.
E ele continua esperto e nada ingênuo. O Von Glover é legal, com ele tudo ok, mas parece que tem alguém no clube que está escondendo algo. Esse é o Gabriel Knight. Será que dá para perguntar da carta então, já que me deram a ideia?
I don't have anything to say to Herr
Não tenho
Huber at
nada
the
que
moment.
falar com ele nesse momento. Vamos falar com a minha nova amiga aqui.
Hello there, dear.
Hi, I'm Grace Nakamura from the castle. Am I interrupting?
Heavens, no.
Have a seat, Miss Nakamura.
Well, I might. For a moment.
Isn't this nice? We just finished our breakfast. Do you want something?
No, thanks.
Good for you. I can never turn down food myself. Now you just tell us all about it, Sugar Pie.
Disse para Grace que ela que tem sorte, porque ela, voz dela, não consegue resistir, recusar comida. Me falem sobre vocês mesmos.
You mentioned the other night that you were a demonologist. What is that exactly?
Well, it's not as bad as it sounds, honey. What Emma and I really do is to help protect people.
Protect them from what?
Well, do you believe in the devil, Miss Nakamura?
I believe in good and evil, if that helps.
Oh, but Satan and his demons are real, and they will attack the living. And most folks don't know what to do once they've been attacked. We try to help protect people.
How can you protect people from demons?
Best protection is faith in God, of course. But sometimes faith isn't enough. Sometimes we have to delve into the supernatural in order to protect others. Your shot and joggers are just the same.
We are? I mean, he is?
Of course! The warriors of light are rare these days, but they do exist all around the globe.
That's interesting. I just read about a group called Manos del Sol in Brazil. So the Ritters aren't the only Schottenjägers.
Well, they're probably the only ones to use that title, but others have been chosen for the battle.
Ludwig II.
Do you know anything about King Ludwig II?
Sure, we saw his castles, didn't we, Mother?
We sure did. Why do you ask?
Well, I found a letter in the Schottenjäger library warning Ludwig about the Black Wolf.
Who wrote the letter?
One of Gabriel's ancestors, a Schottenjäger.
Seems like whoever was using me as a megaphone helped you find that letter. Perhaps you should follow the path something's pointing at. Look into Ludwig.
I intend to.
Tem que investigar mais sobre Ludwig. O Lobo Negro.
The other night you said something about the Black Wolf. What did you mean? Where did you hear that name?
I wasn't the one talking.
I don't understand.
Well, that's quite all right. The point is, it would be a very good idea to answer those questions, and we must work together to do so. Of course I'll help you, Pumpkin. I'd like to know myself, wouldn't I? It isn't every day one's taken over by a disembodied spirit, and I don't much care for it, thank you.
You're not talking about a seance, are you?
Oh, heavens, no.
Thank God.
Emma's right. I'm much better at tarot cards. I can read for you or for someone else if you prefer.
Ela estava preocupada que iam falar alguma coisa que iam ajudar com o espiritismo. Aí a mulher falou, mas claro que não. Muito melhor com tarô. Ela não... A Fujitsu não se animou nada. O Lobo Negro de novo.
Are you sure you don't know anything about the Black Wolf?
I never did, dear. I told you. Really, you mustn't confuse the vessel with the voice. All I remember was seeing a very bright flash like lightning. Next thing I knew, Emma had me outside. Whatever it was very powerful. Very powerful.
Algo muito poderoso a tomou na noite anterior. Ela não lembra de nada do que foi falado e do que ela só lembra de ter passado mal e depois de estar fora do castelo. Leitura de tarô. Leia o tarô para minhas cartas.
Well, I guess it wouldn't hurt to do my tarot reading.
Don't you worry now. I know what I'm doing. push your vital energies into the cards. This is your soul card. That which applies to all of your lifetimes. It's the Empress. Oh, that's a good one.
What's it mean?
It means that your soul's journey is one of leadership. There's great strength here, and intelligence. This card represents what you're like in this lifetime. It's the Chariot. Self-discipline, control. You need to feel you have a plan, that you're testing your abilities. The Chariot's very masculine. In combination with the Empress, it tells me that you're currently exploring your male side. You will seek out great achievement, but it does have its price.
Doesn't sound anything like me.
Yes, dear. The third card represents the other. You've pulled the Magician. Who is he, dear?
Excuse me?
Your other, the Magician. Oh, this is a very powerful card. Major Arcana.
My other?
Everyone has an other. Let's see. I bet it's the Schottenjäger. What's his name?
The Schottenjäger? Gabriel Knight.
A name of power. He is powerful, this one. The Magician is dexterous and cunning, mischievous and manipulating.
That's Gabriel, all right.
And very strong with magical and occult powers. Now, this is interesting because your card, the Chariot, is all logic and reasoning, while his, the Magician, is spiritual and intuitive. You two are quite a pair. The fourth card shows what you're trying to achieve at this moment, your immediate destiny. It's the Strength or Lust card.
Lust?
Not that kind of lust, dear. It's a trial card, finding the strength to continue some difficult journey. It also represents the integration of conflicting energies. That must be your Chariot and his Magician energies. Strength also means bonding those energies, loving without judgment, learning to love the beast.
Uh-huh.
What is this trial, dear? Do you know?
Well, Gabriel and I are involved with a case right now.
It will be a hard time. You must let your love give you power. Use the positive energy of your union or you may not succeed.
I think you have the wrong idea. Gabriel and I just work together.
Yes, dear. But if I might just suggest, when you're facing negative forces, the positive energy of love is a very vital weapon. You make yourself vulnerable when you resist your own tools.
Well, that's been helpful.
I hope so, dear.
É. A força de vocês para enfrentar o mal está no amor. E se você rechaçar o amor, vai ficar muito mais difícil de vencer o mal. Então, vai ter que parar de ficar dizendo que é só coleguinha do Gabriel. Tarô do Gabriel.
Maybe we should do a reading for Gabriel.
Oh, let's! It's a little like spying on someone unawares, but what the heck?
Isso é violar sua intimidade, mas vamos lá, rápido.
Reach out to the cards and to think about his essence. His soul card is the Magician. Yes, dear, it reflects your other exactly.
Well, maybe, but I'd rather hold out for David Copperfield.
And his lifetime card? Oh, goodness. The Lovers.
You mean the sole purpose of his life is in his pants? Doesn't surprise me.
It's not what you think, dear. It's a duality card. As a lifetime card, it refers to Gabriel's own duality. Good versus evil, physical pleasure versus spiritual growth, that kind of thing. His challenge is to integrate the conflicting parts of himself. Until he does, he'll never find peace. And you will find peace when you acknowledge all of him. Find a way to love the worst as you already love the best.
You're really reaching.
Mother.
His other is the High Priestess.
Let me guess. That's me, right?
No, dear, it's not. The High Priestess represents psychic mysteries, deep wisdom. This is a very different energy from your earthy one. This must be our connection. To the voice, dear! Someone is trying to communicate with Gabriel. This force is represented by the High Priestess.
That's not much help.
É o Wolfgang.
What about the Black Wolf?
But it is a help, dear. The High Priestess is a spiritual guide card if ever there was one. The message must have been a warning.
If this force is connected to Gabriel, and if he's so very psychic, then why doesn't it just go to him? Why say it to me?
Maybe Gabriel's blocked. Maybe he's purposefully blocking. There is that duality business. Let's go on and see if it becomes clear. The fourth card, remember, represents the current situation. It's death.
Oh. Nothing to worry about then.
Now, you just leave interpretation up to me, Sugar Pie. It's a transformation card, dying to one thing and being born to another. It is painful, but it isn't necessarily bad. Two of Wands. Oh, my.
What?
A 2 is not good here. Wands is Mars in Aries. That's a war card. In conjunction with the death card, there are 2 possible transformations.
2 transformations?
Yes, dear. Gabriel is waging a spiritual battle. The transformation might be good or evil. That must be the purpose of the High Priestess. She's trying to guide him.
So you think he really might be in danger?
Oh, yes, dear. Gabriel's very essence is at stake. If he takes the wrong path with his powers, Imola and I will stay in town. You must let me know if anything else happens that we can read for clues. Let the Force use you.
Deixe que a força seja sua guia. Que a força esteja com você.
Go.
Anytime you need us, stop by.
And be careful now.
Thanks.
A avó Estela e o vô Júlio não estão nada animados com as perspectivas da Imperatriz. Vamos ver se agora tem alguém lá na tumba. Tem. Suspeitei desde o princípio.
Gerda's here. I wonder what she's up to.
Gerda was in love with Wolfgang.
Que vergonha, hein, Fujitsu?
Boy, do I feel stupid or what. I really should apologize, but I don't want to interrupt her. Maybe there's something else I can do.
É, como diz o ditado, quem dá bombom pros meus filhos adoça a minha boca. Isso serve para qualquer tipo de amor. Vai ter que homenagear o Wolfgang para adoçar a boca da Gerd. Pedir desculpas, né? Começar a pedir desculpas. Apesar de quase impossível depois de tanta malcriação. Eu toco uma música tão fúnebre que parece que ela vai achar o lobo negro aí dentro e ser esquartejada. Ou Ogum Badagrum, pior ainda. Agora a Bá vai dizer que eu já tinha dado spoiler com aquela foto, né? Na folha de rosto da live. Mas vai homenagear o Wolfgang com as rosas da própria Gerd. Eu roubei essas flores aqui no seu jardim para alegrá-la.
I'll leave the other roses on the bush.
Isso, deixa o resto das rosas. Se a Gerd fosse como a Grace, ia ficar com ciúme agora, achando que a Grace está apaixonada pelo Wolfgang.
They're beautiful, but they won't last long in my coat.
São lindas, mas ficarei com elas pouco tempo.
better, don't you think? I'm so sorry. I was an idiot.
Gabriel and I, we never...
I know. It's my fault. It's Gabriel's fault. He never tells me anything. I don't know why he didn't want me on this case.
Maybe he just...
Don't even try to make excuses for him. Still, he's up to his neck in it, I think. Will you help me out with something?
Of course.
I have to do some research on Ludwig. I want to go see some of his castles.
Take Gabriel's car. There's a map of southern Bavaria in the car. Ludwig's castles are all marked.
Thanks.
Good luck.
I think she wants to be left alone.
E agora ela já vai sair dirigindo desesperadamente pela Bavária. Tem coisa para ela fazer. O Gabriel disse pesquisar Ludwig na biblioteca, mas a gente já sabe que a biblioteca só tem livro em alemão sobre o Ludwig, não vai adiantar.
At least I have the car keys now.
Monique, Bayreuth, Autofin, Herrenchiesen. Esse que é o lugar que tem um museu que o Gabriel disse, Hiren alguma coisa. Rittersberg, que é onde ela está, Siebthaut, Neuschwanstein. Parece muito longe de Munique, mas uma hora e meia de rodovia está lá. Vamos Neuschwanstein primeiro, mais perto de Rittersberg. Tá? Embora não tenha caminho direto, tem uma estrada vicinal aqui. O Castelo da Bela Adormecida e do quebra-cabeça da Bárbara. Que ela terminou em apenas 4 anos, apesar de na caixa dizer 14 anos ou mais. E era um quebra-cabeça de 8 peças. Aqui tem a gravação do tour, cada sala que você vai.
Our tour begins in the entry hall. Ludwig II lived from 1845 to 1886. He assumed the Bavarian throne at the age of 18 when his father died. Ludwig's passion was building castles. He built 3 during his lifetime: Linderhof, Herrenchiemsee, and Neuschwanstein. Plans for a 4th castle, Falkenstein, were underway when he died. In addition to his obsession with building, Ludwig also had a passion for classical heroic German mythology, a taste he shared with the German opera composer Richard Wagner. Neuschwanstein is decorated throughout with themes from these stories, most of which directly relate to Wagner's operas.
E se vai mexer em alguma coisa, tem que aproveitar que o fiscal saiu.
I wonder where that door leads. I wonder where that door leads.
Aproveita para entrar.
The paintings in this room are from the Siegfried saga.
As pinturas dessa sala são da saga de Siegfried.
These scenes seem to tell a story, but I have no idea what story.
The paintings in this room are from the
O castelo é todo lindo, é um lugar de sonho mesmo.
Maybe Ludwig thought all this luxury would help him sleep.
The richly carved bed, with its canopy, resembles a Gothic building in its turrets. The bed's draperies were handmade by dozens of Bavarian seamstresses.
Did they have running water in 1886? Did they have running... Did they have... Maybe Ludwig thought all this luxury would help him sleep.
You are now standing in the king's bedroom. The theme of the bedroom is Tristan and Isolde, the tragic love story retold in Wagner's opera. The opera was given its first performance in Munich in 1865, and a 20-year-old Ludwig attended. This is probably the most elaborate and expensive bedroom ever created. It took 14 wood carvers 4.5 years to create this room. It was this kind of extravagance that bankrupted the king. In the years before his death, he found it increasingly difficult to find money from any source. Scenes from the opera Tristan and Isolde. This is Ludwig's private chapel. The king was a devout Catholic, as were all of the Wittelsbacher rulers. They supported the Roman Church even when other European countries were dominated by Protestantism.
It's a beautiful crucifix, ivory and gold. The Black Madonna of Altadine. I wonder what her story is all about.
The stained glass window depicts St. Louis receiving the last sacraments.
O Ludwig se identificava também com São Luís, que tem a flor de lis como símbolo. Não, daqui é de onde veio já. Então foi para lá, agora para cá.
This is the king's living room. The walls are decorated with scenes from the Lohengrin saga. The king first saw Wagner's opera Lohengrin when he was 16, and it so affected him that he considered it a form of enlightenment. The tragedy of Lohengrin was his essential loneliness. This too was Ludwig's own fate. Ludwig withdrew more and more into his fantasy world of epic heroes and absolute monarchy. an ideal he was determined to create in his castles if he could not have it in his real life. He only wanted to be alone with his dreams, so much so that even his servants were kept at a distance and were not allowed to look at him.
What were you afraid they'd see?
Por que que os criados não poderiam mirá-lo? E agora a fiscal saiu aqui também, dá pra gente mexer nas coisas.
The Miracle of the Grail.
Milagre do Santo Grau.
I'm surprised people don't sit in these chairs when the guard's not looking. These linens look seriously expensive and seriously old. These linens...
E acabou a visita, será? Não tem sala mais pra cá? Ah, tem. Mas em vez dela sair, a moça que saiu.
The swan motif is featured throughout the castle, but it is particularly prominent in this room. Both the swan and the lily were symbols Ludwig associated with himself. They represented his ideals of majesty and purity. The painting behind the swan shows Lohengrin's arrival.
Puxado pelo cisne, como diz na ópera.
More swans.
Oh, mas não vai mostrar esse quadro bonito. Não, não era pra cá. Pra lá. Essa sala é bem legal, é uma gruta mesmo. Como se você tivesse milhas no fundo da Terra. Viagem ao centro da Terra.
This is a reproduction of the grotto from the Tannhäuser saga. In such places, Ludwig could pretend he was one of his beloved mythic heroes. As the grotto personifies, the castles were solitary playgrounds built for Ludwig alone. He believed the masses were too coarse to appreciate fine art, and he seldom entertained guests. In fact, Ludwig had a standing order that upon his death, the castles were to be destroyed. Fortunately, the estate was in such debt that the castles were opened for paying tours only weeks after Ludwig's death. They haven't closed since. It is one of the great ironies of Ludwig's story that the castles that he was thought insane for building are now considered Bavaria's finest treasures. They have paid for their construction many times over.
A ordem de Ludwig era para destruir os castelos logo depois da morte dele. E ainda bem que ninguém cumpriu e abriu para visitação, que é a maior atração de toda a Bavária, de toda a Baviera, são os castelos, que já se pagaram milhares de vezes, só com dinheiro de ingressos.
I can almost picture Ludwig in here. I wonder what he really dreamt about in this room.
This is the king's study. Ludwig spent much time at his desk writing letters, drawing up plans for his projects, and studying his favorite authors. He loved poetry, history, and the classics. In later years, he also studied the occult. What affairs of state he did reluctantly attend to were generally attended to alone at his desk in writing. His reluctance to meet with his heads of state and perform the duties of the king were one of the reasons for the charges brought against him in 1886. But Ludwig dreamt of true kingship and a true monarchy, and the small powers left to him after Bavaria succeeded power to Prussia only incited his disdain and frustration.
Depois que a Baviera foi submetida à Prússia, o rei Ludwig ficou mais decepcionado do que nunca.
The study paintings depict scenes from the Tannhäuser Saga in the Wartburg Castle.
Da ópera Tannhausen.
The study paintings depict scenes from the Tannhäuser. The study paintings depict scenes.
I doubt there's anything left in there now. Besides, the guard would kill me if I touched it.
Aposto que tem alguma coisa aí dentro ou não daria ação aqui. Acho que tem que esperar a moça sair.
I wonder why he was studying the occult before he died.
Nos últimos anos de vida ele estudou ocultismo.
I wonder why.
Atrás de alguma coisa.
I don't think the guards want to be bothered while on duty.
É só pedir uma informação. Esse salão é fantástico. Aliás, todos são.
This is the final room of our tour, the Singers' Hall. It was modeled after the Singers' Hall of the Wartburg Castle, where minstrel competitions were held in the 13th century. The hall was built for small private concerts, but Ludwig himself never gave one here. It is said that during the last few years of Wagner's life, he came to Neuschwanstein frequently and performed for the king alone in this room. The hall is probably best known for its enigmatic wolf paintings. The original paintings were from the Parsifal saga, but in 1882, Ludwig had them replaced, supplying the description and titles of the new paintings himself. While all the other rooms in the castle show scenes from Wagner's operas, the scenes in this room are not from any opera that anyone can identify. It is yet another of the many mysteries associated with the life of the fairy tale king.
Originariamente os desenhos nas paredes tinham sido da ópera Parsifal. Como de todas as outras salas, são baseadas em óperas de Wagner. Mas daí, em 1882, o rei mandou trocar tudo por obras ligadas a lobos, e ele mesmo foi dando o título e a temática para cada uma. Então, as gravuras aqui não batem com o resto do castelo. É um enigma. O lobo.
Why would Ludwig have wolf paintings in his castle?
Por que esses quadros de lobo?
Engelhart and the Blacksmith. Engelhart courts Hildegunde.
Aliás, acho que não. Acho que essas outras aqui são do Parsifal. Acho que só a principal aqui, o quadro principal, foi que mudou pro lobo.
The hunters tracked down Engelhart and Hildegunde.
Ainda tem o outro lado aqui para ver.
Nice view of the Alps.
Ludwig's childhood castle, Hohenschwangau, is visible from the lookout in the Singers' Hall.
Lá embaixo tem o castelo onde realmente ele morou. Neuschwanstein jamais foi habitado, utilizado
Childhood Castle, Hohenschwangau,
utilizado como habitação. Para diversão ou alguma coisa assim, sim. Não, aqui tem também um lobo na ópera.
The Death of Engelhart.
A morte de Engelhart. Ele criou uma história de Engelhart ser lobo.
Hildegunde's imprisonment.
Hildegunde foi presa pelo lobo, que era o Engelhart.
The wedding feast of Hildegunde and the Baron.
O barão casou com a Hildegunde, então acho que quem prendeu ela foi o barão para casar com ela. Ou o barão é o Engelhart.
The Death of Engelhart.
Eu não conheço essa história.
This is the final room of our tour, the Singers' Hall. The hall was built for small private concerts, but Ludwig, the hall is probably best known for its enigmatic wolf paintings. The original paintings were from the Hildegunde's
I picked up a tour tape in English on my way in.
Sim, ela tem um áudio guia que a gente escutou com ela. Acho que não tem mais nada para fazer aqui, então. Uma hora e 7 de live já. Vamos parar por aqui. 291 pontos. Então, vamos parar por aqui para não superar de mais uma hora, como eu tenho feito ultimamente. Como eu estou tentando até ser bonzinho, embora eu não consiga, eu vou tentar respeitar os horários, para o pessoal também poder dormir e descansar. Então, o Exou Biribó, agradecendo a presença, o apoio, as dicas, desejando boa noite. Até amanhã. Por enquanto eu fui.